Good morning everyone, and welcome back to another Monday video here on the channel, where after my recent purchase of the Bowser's Castle expansion set, it got me thinking about all those other sets that I've missed or come so close to buying and then not buying, and then of course every LEGO fan's one regret. Of course, there are some white whales out there for me too, and no, I'm not talking about this Duplo one on your screen now. So today we're just going to have a nice relaxed talk through what the sets that I've missed in the past and sets that I was absolutely desperate to get my hands on but never could. And everyone has some of these, so I'd like you guys to leave them down below in the comments, and I'd love to hear them really. Yeah, everyone's got a little sad story to tell about a set that they missed. So first up on my list is definitely one of my white whales, and that is definitely going to be the Brick Bank. I was ready to purchase this modular, and then it went out of stock for the last time in the UK, the literal day before I was going to buy it. It was the year it retired. It was in that January, and you know how the modular usually retires on January 1st. And I sort of knew this was coming, but it was, oh, it's January 2nd and it's still in stock. Let me just get ready to buy it. It went out of stock later that day, and by the time I came back, it was gone and already double the price everywhere else. Yeah, this is a really sad one. I absolutely love the way this modular looks. I know it's not actually a fan favorite, but I love the combination between the two buildings, and I feel like it would work so well with the other modulars that I have. Considering I also don't own a corner modular and that a bank is such a nice and unique one, it's a real shame that I missed out on this one, that I'm going to have to pay double or nearly triple the price at some point in the future. Next up, I have a couple of eBay misses on there, and these are more sets, not that are more white whales, but sets that I've come so close to buying on occasions, and they've all got this really unique story behind them. Down on the left, we have the Crystal Crusher from Pile Miners, which I found in a Gumtree lot listing for a really good price, and I was going to keep this one and sell the others because I had no interest in the others, and why not make up back a little bit of the cost. But this Crystal Sweeper reminds me of a set we'll see later on the list, and I actually really like the way it looks. However, the deal fell through last minute, and I lost out on this one forever. That's how it goes with Gumtree. People aren't always particularly willing. On the top, we have that LEGO Store exclusive set, which I remember seeing for really cheap on eBay a couple of times, but by the time I got there, someone else had already sold it in the meantime. Sometimes it just takes me a bit too long to actually get to buying these things. And then on the bottom right, we have the LEGO Store truck, which is one of those sets which you kind of always want. It's not quite a white whale for me, but it's definitely something I've wanted, a container ship that ships LEGO with all those really cool prints. And I just was never quite able to get my hands on it. It was always £5 too expensive, or ridiculous shipping, or sniped out from under my noses, or never quite the right time. And it's just one of those sets which has always consistently evaded me, and one day I'll definitely have to pick up. There are a couple of CMFs that I've also missed, and these are all CMFs I've had pretty much in my hand or been ready to have in my hand. Usually when I buy CMFs, I go for the ones I want most, and then when I see them on discount a couple of months later, I go back through and attempt to find them. When it came to the Cop, it was a couple of months after Series 18, and obviously him being one per box, I had no initial interest in getting him, but a couple of months after that series came out, I came into possession of an original version of this minifigure with the stickered torso and everything, and actually the whole original set. So of course I immediately wanted the new one to have and go side by side with. But being rare one by one by being the exclusive figure, every box I went to seemed to have 59 figures, but not the Cop, which is really disappointing but completely understandable. As for Anna and Elsa over here, these are two figures which I again didn't want to pick up initially, but I saw so much of Disney Series 2 all over the place afterwards, and every single box was pretty much full, but every single box had neither Anna or Elsa in it, and they're two minifigures that I really wish I had, because it would probably make me want to buy the Ice Castle from this year. And, well, I just really wish I'd actually picked them up, but unfortunately, just like the policeman, they were gone from almost every box. This is another white whale of mine, another set that I came absolutely so close to buying. This is the dinosaur enclosure from the original Jurassic World back in 2015. Overall, wonderful little set, perfect small enclosure if you couldn't afford the big Indominus one. Nice little feeding tray, nice little space, and an adorable little gate build. Obviously, it comes with Delta and Echo as well, which is another two great dinosaur figures. Otherwise, the minifigures aren't brilliant, but the play features here were absolutely perfect for my 2015 self. Once again, however, this being a Toys R Us exclusive, this set sold out way before the rest of the Jurassic World wave and was available absolutely nowhere because it was an exclusive and was underproduced as everyone wanted a dinosaur enclosure. They did replicate this with the Stigmalock Blakeout, but it was a significantly worse set 3 years later, although it had a better dinosaur, and well, I was never able to pick this one up. Instead, I had to settle for the Dilophosaurus Ambush and Petrodon Escape, which are both fantastic sets. However, this is one set that has haunted me for the longest time, and I've never been able to pick up due to its inflated prices. To be honest, these days, I kind of wish I just had the Indominus one instead. However, I do prefer that Ankylosaurus versus Indominus. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Moving on. A couple of near misses up here, and these are two sets which have followed me around almost everywhere I go. On the right, we start with the Sparkle Metalbeard, who I pretty much just want for that Benny minifigure, which I think is absolutely awesome. I passed up on this set for 14 back in the day instead of the original £18 Great British Retail in favour of the Queen Whatever set, which was down from 25 to 11. And I don't regret my choices. However, this set I do like more than that set. However, the characters in that set are better. Either way, it's the decisions you made, and I've never seen the set since, either in store or on discount, and I missed out on that Benny figure probably forever. Over on the left, we have the Woody's RC, which I just want for that Woody minifigure, although the RC build is pretty cute. I also do like the stacking blocks. However, this is a set that has haunted me. I have seen it everywhere for full price, 2 for 15. Anywhere wants to give me this store, however, no one wants to give me this set for a discounted price. I was looking for this set for at least 9 because obviously I'm just paying for this set for the minifigure really, which is of course not a particularly great deal when you look at it from that perspective. However, I've had so many opportunities to buy this set and I haven't jumped at any of them, which is really disappointing because I really do want that Woody minifigure. Next up, we have a Polly Pickup, and this is a set that you would have seen recently on Just Do Good's channel, but I knew existed from a very young age as I actually had this set. I owned this set at my grandparents' house for the longest time, and in fact I still have the bricks and the parrot minifigure which sits in my minifigure frame proudly to this day. However, the actual Polly Pickup was sold without my knowledge by my grandparents when I was about 9 or 10, and they gave it to a charity shop and sold it on. However, these days I really wish I had Polly Pickup because I think it's an awesome set with a really wacky function. One day I will repurchase this set. I'm sure it doesn't have a particularly high aftermarket value, but I suppose I still have the miniature parrot, and that's all that really matters. However, I really do like the suction cup feature and really want to re-own this set one day. There are a couple of GWPs over the years which I have missed out on as well, most notably the 60th anniversary of the Brick one, which I came so close to buying. I was £50 short of the threshold, and in fact I was even luckier because the promo had ended, but the London Lego store had extra about a month and a half later. However, I was only going to buy Vacation Getaways that day and did not qualify for the GWP. I did, however, qualify for the Volkswagen Beetle one. If only I'd been a little bit more expensive that day, I could have got myself an amazing GWP. Lucky I do have a miniature version of that spaceship anyway because of the one that came in the Dorking Kingsley book. The one in the middle is the Christmas Carousel, which is a pretty weak GWP, but as with every year, you choose between this and the Christmas Present. Now, really, what I should have done is chosen this one over the Christmas Present, as the Christmas Present then appeared in the Summer in July, Christmas in July promo later the next year, which I was ready to purchase from, but never did because the promo wasn't good enough. And on the right, it's the same case. I had to choose between the Gingerbread House and the not Charles Dickens one, the other promo from 2019, which in my eyes was superior. However, being a fan of Lego Gingerbread Houses and owning the other two, it was a shame that I could not pick this set up. Next up, we have the Action Battle Assault on Hoth, and this was a story I was actually really excited to share on the channel because originally I thought I was going to get this set for an amazing deal. I absolutely love this idea, the Action Battle set, and I think this one is by far the best executed, with some great minifigures that will add to my Hoth setup and that amazing Micro/Chibi 8080. However, I was about to get this set for £10 off Tesco's, and I was going to buy two and then sell a second one or keep a second one. You never know how these things go. But Tesco's weren't selling them for 10. They were selling the Death Star Obi-Wan set for 10, and they'd mislisted it on their website, and they would not honour the purchase, which is a real shame. I got a refund, but no set. I was really excited about that one. It would have been my best score of my life, but shame Tesco's don't like me anymore. Next up, we have Helm's Deep, which is an inexplicable case. I was a huge fan of the LEGO Lord of the Rings line, and I absolutely love the sets and the movies. However, back in the day, younger me took offence to this set for some reason, and I thought it was a bit of a rip-off, that there wasn't much of an interior. Instead, I preferred other sets, apparently. However, looking back, this set is absolutely gorgeous, and I really, really regret not getting this, as if I'd actually shown an interest in it, I probably would have gotten it. And I'm not even joking. I reckon this set would be in my collection today if I hadn't have turned my nose up to its sparse interior. The minifigures are incredible with that amazing Rohirrim helmet for Theoden. More Uruk-hai I can never say no to. Haldir and the Berserker. It looks great. It's well built. The interior is alright, if a bit lacking. But the play I would have got out of this set, oh, this is one of my biggest regrets, I think. We have a couple more modulars on this list. While the Brick Bank is probably my largest white whale to this day, maybe even topped by one, these two also come in close seconds, both of which I came fairly close to asking for. The Grand Emporium retired about 6 months before I would have ended up getting it, as I didn't become particularly aware of modulars until after the Parisian, and obviously it retired early in 2014-2015, just before I was able to get my hands on it, and the Palace Cinema followed 1 year later while I was debating over it and other sets at the time. In particular, I believe the Fairground Mixer, which was also going to retire and which was much more important to me. Also, I think I was disappointed after the Parisian restaurant taking a look at the Palace Cinema's ground floor interior, and the fact that the cinema is just open to the second floor really bugged me. If you've been watching my Chinatown series, you know where I draw the line with this set. Either way, it's still absolutely gorgeous, and I do regret not picking it up, even though I could have done. I particularly love the brick separator poster and that East Asian feel. Either way, both of these sets are going to set me back a pretty penny when it comes to buying them in the future. Another set that I actually missed out on a deal is the Shimmer and Shine Sparkle Spar, which is actually a really cute set with some amazing pieces and figures. In particular, I love the Balthazar and Octo, although Flamingo is also a nice inclusion, as I have a Banana. And the build is also great. However, for a playset aimed at a smaller age group with no real displayable feature, I really couldn't justify buying it initially. Even when Argos had it down for £24, I couldn't go out and get it, and I think it was a real shame that I missed out on not going for the deal, as I really should have, because it's actually a really nice set, and for only £20 I think I would have appreciated having some nice light aqua in the collection, as well as just some nice figures and another play set based off the Lego Movie 2. Although I guess you have to draw the line somewhere, and the Sparkle Spar did not make the cut. Kind of a shame, really. And then we got a couple more sets just to describe that late feeling of 2010's lust, as I call it. This was the prime age for me in LEGO, where every set just looked so appealing, and all of these sets were definitely on my wanted list. Only one here in particular is a white whale, and that would be the Haunted Express. The Monster Fighters line was a theme I was always afraid to say that I actually enjoyed, and I'm really not sure why. Maybe I just thought it was too expensive or something in my younger self. But either way, the Halloween train is an absolutely amazing looking set. Not too fond of the biplane, but having those classic ghosts and the train, it looks incredible. I mean, if I didn't own the Winter Train, I probably would have gone and got this one off eBay already, but it's a great looking set. The City Town was never one I was aware of at the time, but as soon as it was retired, I knew I kind of wanted it. To expand a city in so many nice ways with a miniature Lego store, some great figures, a side build and a tram, it was a great, really well-rounded set that I don't believe Lego City have managed to top in their City Square sets ever since. However, that's a topic for another day. Either way, great set, kind of regret not having it. It's definitely one I want to try and pick up in the future. And then also the Temple of Atlantis also stands out. Atlantis was a theme that I actually really enjoyed from the Sidelands, although barely getting any of the sets. Some great minifigures, a great build with a nice Grecian influence, and I think this one is a really nice set. Another one that I'm really sad that I missed out on. Again, you can't draw the line anywhere, although this set does have a more interesting story than the last one. This is the Valentine seasonal set from 2017. I have the Easter, Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving ones from this year, and I actually do really like the Valentine's Day one. I went to the Lego store to pick this one and the Easter one up the year that they came out. However, I got duped and they had pulled the set from the shelf the day before I went to the store. Notice that this is a reoccurring thing with my trips to the Lego store. Either way, I may have missed out on this set by one day. However, it did allow me to pick up the Lego London Bus promo, which was an exclusive to the London Leicester Square store, and that one was extended. However, I do regret not having pieces like the pineapple, small sandwiches, and nice little tree build. Also, just to complete my collection of the 2017 Visionettes. I can't believe I only missed it by one day. The only Technic set to make this list and the only Technic set to ever nearly make it into my basket is the Bucket Wheel Excavator, which has an amazing function and I actually really like the B-build of. As someone that's a little scared of large Technic builds, I was really looking forward to the challenge. However, this guy retired before I was able to make it high enough up the list. There were so many better system sets, at least in my eyes, that this set did not quite take the cut. However, for a really fair price in the UK, I'm sure I'll end up building this thing one day. Next up are a couple of retro sets, which of course I wasn't quite around for, at least into LEGO at the time, but as soon as I saw them on the aftermarket, they've been on my eBay watchlist ever since. As soon as I learnt about Achu's cape there, I was absolutely fascinated, and just like King Kahuka, which I did recently purchase, he's another figure which I've always really wanted. I think it's just something about the culture that I really like seeing interpreted into LEGO form, and that system build for the Achu set is actually a really nice one as well. At the top, we have the Big Adventurer's plane from the Desert Line. However, this one isn't here for the set. It's here for the mummy container, which is occasionally packaged with. This is an absolutely awkward looking container that I absolutely really love and I really want to get my hands on. I've had it on my eBay watch list and for as long as I've known about the set, and as soon as I see it for a good price, I will snap it up immediately just for how amazing that pharaoh looks. On the far right, we have an Orient Expedition set, and this one is the Dragon Temple, which I think sums up everything I love about Adventurers all in one. I love the features and how complex yet simple it is, the raised base plate, the setting, the figures, and that golden dragon are all incredible, as well as it standing out as the largest build from the Orient Expedition, which is one of my absolute favourite retro themes. It's a really great set that again is on my eBay watch list, and I can't wait to pick up one day. A couple more that slipped past my fingers would be the Stone Colossus of Ultimate Destruction from Nexo Knights, which was a set that was on my list. However, it got pipped by another couple of sets that came out that year. Saturn V from the same year also just missed the cut. It's an absolutely gorgeous set, which I think just slipped by. Really glad they re-released. The Roxxon truck also just missed my purchase window with two amazing minifigures. I wasn't as into Marvel as I am now at the time. However, it was on the rise, and I really wish I had that Vision minifigure. Either way, it's another set that I'm really sad that I missed out on, and all of these ones slipped through my fingers by a number of months or an amount of money. The Mickey Brickheads was one that would have ended up in my purchase last Christmas if it didn't retire so soon. Either way, they all slip past my fingers. For more retro sets, that would be the Enchanted Island from the Islanders. Just like the other ones we talked about, this one sums up my love for the theme in a whole, with two amazing base plates, an amazing stone statue, and a great cast of minifigures. This set is wholly and truly on my wanted list. Not quite as high as some of the others, but a set that I definitely really am looking out for on eBay. And then as far as classic space go, the Voyager is an incredible looking ship that kind of goes a bit too far out of the retro space vibe by using white instead of grey, but I think looks absolutely incredible and is another one that I'm really sad I haven't had the opportunity to buy secondhand yet. A couple more sets before we finish up for the day. We have the Creator Ferry, which is a creator set I never knew existed and really should have because it looks incredible, is large and has some amazing functions. I always spent a lot of time on ferries when I was younger, and I definitely think this set really lives up to the expectation and it feels so 2007 Creator. With lots of common pieces, I think this will be an easy one to bricklink together one day, and I'm excited to do that in the future. Another one is the original Winter Train. This one was satiated by the re-release of the Winter Train. However, I knew about this one before that was re-announced, which of course made me want it even more. And then when the Winter Train was finally revealed, it was obviously the superior version. However, that doesn't stop it being a set that I was after for quite a long time back in the day. And to finish it up, this is the only set that possibly overtakes the Brick Bank as far as White Whales go. This is Tower Bridge. I remember when this set came out, I saw it in stores. It was always this huge expensive set, and obviously at the time I could not afford such a set. It wouldn't be for 3 years after it retired that I bought a set equivalent to its price, and if this set had only just stuck around for just a bit longer, it just looks amazing. But being in microscale, I couldn't justify it at the time. However, it still looks absolutely incredible and is probably my most wanted, retired set to this day. Yeah, there are sets that pass in whims, but this one will always be consistent, and while I won't talk about it a lot on the channel, it's definitely, I think, the most wanted set out there for me, at least when I think about it properly. Anyway, that's going to do it for my list of White Whales and near misses, as well as a couple of little stories about sets that I came so close to purchasing. Let me know your favourite story down below, as there were a couple of wacky ones here, whether it was Tesco's rejecting my order or missing the Valentine's set by just one day. Either way, let me know what you guys thought down below. Share your favourite White Whale or near miss down below, and your own stories. I want to hear what you guys think. Such an integral part to the LEGO community, and I love to hear what you guys have to say. There's always something interesting to read in the comments. In the meantime, consider subscribing, and have a great day. Bye bye.